In one of our most recent monthly creator calls with our top TikTok shop affiliates, there was a massive epiphany that occurred in my mind. And this came as I was talking to the top creators and I asked them, hey, how many of you are looking at your metrics or the analytics that sit behind each of your videos? Not just looking at how many views you got or not just looking at how many sales each video generated for you. Like, are you actually looking at the performance and the analytics that TikTok Shop is sharing behind each of the videos that you post? And the answer was an overwhelming no. Not many creators are actually looking at those metrics. And I think it came from two reasons. Number one, I know that you are most likely a mom that is extremely busy. You are being pulled in many, many different directions. It's a miracle just the fact that you're able to post as much content as you do today, let alone having to take the extra step of analyzing the metrics that sit behind the videos, right? And then secondly, you're not even sure what metrics you should even be looking at. There's, TikTok shares a lot of different analytics behind all the different videos that you post. And so you could get lost in the sea of different numbers, and some of you may be numbers oriented and many of you may not be. And you're like, this is too overwhelming. That's why I created the training. And so I've created a step-by-step process that you're going to be able to follow in the hopes of, number one, not overwhelming you, but number two, making your life super easy so that you know what's working and why it's working so that you can create better content moving forward. Let's dive in. Why is it such a problem if you're not looking at the analytics or the engagement rate that sits behind all of your videos? Well, to be honest with you, the main problem is because random posting does not teach you anything. And so if you're constantly just coming out with new video concept, new video concept, new video concept, which we see a lot of, and there's so much creativity. Each of you have amazing creative ideas and you've had unique angles. But here's the fundamental problem with that. If you're going outside and creating a video and then you use a different hook for that video, and then you're featuring a different product, and then guess what? That's one video that you post. Then the next video you post, you feature a different product and you go inside and you use a different hook for that product. Well, guess what? You can't really compare the metrics for those videos because you would be comparing apples and oranges. Because ultimately, on the first video, you were outside, you used a different hook, and you were talking about a different product. Like the entire scene and setting and everything is completely different. Then when you go inside, you're talking about a different hook, it's a different scene, it's a different setting, and it's a different product. And so it's really, really difficult to compare those side by side. And so what I'm going to walk you through is a kind of a calculated step-by-step process that you can follow to say, hey, I am going to go outside. Here are the different drafts and the different changes I'm going to make. It all comes down to batching your content. But then you can batch your content, look in the engagement rate, make one tweak, and see a massive change in performance. So that's what we're going to be diving into. The solution is really looking at those engagement rates and only changing one thing at a time, okay? It's not recreating a completely different scene or talking about a completely different product or a completely different hook. It's just changing one piece to the puzzle at a time, and you will have so much more success, and you will actually identify your voice and why people in the audience that watch your videos, why they resonate with you. And if you're watching this training, it's because you have created viral videos in the past. The challenge is you're not exactly sure why that video might have gone viral in the past. And so what I'm trying to teach you is like getting better and better at recognizing your voice, your uniqueness, and why you personally go viral. So we're going to dive into that. Here is the step-by-step process that I would recommend. Here's the 10-minute hook check. All right. The system is simple. Number one, you're going to come up with your video concept that you're going to do. Okay. So, and go ahead and post that video. Then wait 24 hours. Then you're going to come back and you're going to check your engagement rates. You're going to check the engagement rate at 2 seconds into the video. Then next, you're going to check the engagement rate at 6 seconds into the video. And then guess what? From there, You're going to recreate that exact same video. And again, the nice part is you've batched your content. So you don't need to recreate the entire video from scratch. Rather, maybe just change those first 2 seconds. And maybe it's only the hook, the same setting, the same scene, the same everything, but only the hook is changing. Or maybe the hook was good and all you need to do is just change your enthusiasm. Maybe it was the tone of your voice. Maybe it was the scene behind you. Just change one of those. So it could be, hey, instead of being in my living room, I'm going to move to the kitchen and I'm going to say the exact same things that I said in that first video. The only thing changing is just the kitchen. Does the kitchen, and your hypothesis would be this, does the kitchen in and of itself like create enough curiosity or engagement that people want to keep watching, right? So I'm not telling you that's the secret is like go to a kitchen, but I am just saying like that's the way you need to think about it is can I change just one piece to this puzzle, keep everything else the same and see what adding this different piece to the puzzle does. Does it help increase my engagement rate or does it decrease my engagement rate? Now, let's talk about checking this 2-second and 6-second engagement rate. Okay. There are only two numbers that matter. And I will show you on the phone here. Okay. I will show you exactly where to go to find these engagement rates. They're actually very simple to find. I'm going to walk you through how to do that. But first, let's talk about why these are so important and why these are the only two numbers that matter. So, number one, the 2-second engagement rate. Can you hit over 70%? That is an excellent number. Okay. And the reason why is we see the analytics behind all of the ads that we run. We get to see the analytics that sit behind your videos. So if an ad ever touches your video, it will show us these metrics. Here is what we have found. Any videos that have generated millions of views all have the following correlation. In the first 2 seconds, they have a 70% engagement rate. Now, this isn't a rule that it's like, I promise you, if you hit 70 seconds or 70%, you will have a massively viral video. I can't promise you that, but we have seen a very strong correlation. Like it's over 90%. Any video that hits 70% engagement rate in the first 2 seconds has a drastically higher rate of succeeding. And guess what? Those are the ones where our ads keep spending more and more and more money behind it because TikTok knows it. TikTok knows, wow, lots of people are engaging with this, so I'm going to keep spending money behind it. So that's what we're seeing on our side is like, if you want more ad spend behind your videos, it ultimately falls down to the engagement rates, period. Like there's nothing else that is driving this other than engagement rates. Now, there's also like rewatches and the actual number of people buying from that video. That's a combination of it, but those are a little bit more harder to manufacture than your engagement rate. There's a very scientific method that you can use to really get better and better at your engagement rate. Okay, now, secondly, the 6-second engagement rate. Can you get to 60% engagement after 6 seconds? Now, these are excellent numbers. Okay. I've also seen videos do really well if they have a 50% or above 2-second engagement rate. We've also seen videos do well that, at 6 seconds, they have a 30 or 40% engagement rate. Okay. So I'm not saying that you always have to hit these metrics because like sometimes you'll have a decently performing video but it's at a 50% engagement rate at 2 seconds and then a 40% engagement rate at 6 seconds. That's okay. But these are the gold standard numbers to try to hit. And ultimately, again, in my first scenario that I walked you through, that's why you think about, here's my one concept that I'm going to do. And then you're going to go film that video, look at the engagement rate, and then say, okay, I was at a 50% engagement rate with this hook at 2 seconds. Now, what if I keep the scene the same? I'm still showing the product, like everything's the same. My voice, my tonality, my enthusiasm, but I am going to change the hook. So record the exact same video, okay, or just the first, 6 seconds of it. And what you're going to do is just change the hook. So instead of, hey, calling all teachers or calling all toddler moms, okay, instead of that, change it to calling all professional stay-at-home women, or something like that. That was a bad example. Or do you want your kid to be the smartest kid in preschool, or do you want your kid to be the smartest kid in kindergarten, etc.? You could change each of those hooks, right? You could do that simple thing and say, do you want your kid to be prepared for preschool, or is your kid ready to enter kindergarten? And like, all you have to do, like, just record those and then batch your content and just swap out that hook. And then guess what you do? You look at the engagement rate, and then you're like, here's the hook that worked the best. It was, do you want your kid ready for kindergarten? Because what I would do if I'm in your shoes, I would record, hey, do you want your kid to be prepared for preschool? Do you want your kid to be prepared for kindergarten? Hey, do you want your kid to be the smartest kid in preschool? Do you want your kid to be the smartest kid in kindergarten? Okay, there's so many different variations of hooks, as you know, but like, that's it. And I've got my product or whatever it is in your scene. Keep everything else the same, but just change one thing. And that was my example with the hooks. All right, let me share with you. Okay, so here I'm showing you our Hadley Designs account. And so if this is your TikTok, and by the way, unfortunately, you have to do this on the mobile app. You can't see this on a desktop or a laptop version. Otherwise, I would be showing you it on the computer, which would be a lot easier than me trying to point to this thing on a phone. All right, so number one, what you're going to do is you're going to go to a video. All right, so I'm going to show you one of these videos. This one has 379 views. Okay. So if you come down here at this very bottom, okay, see those three dots? Click on those three dots. Under those three dots, you're going to see analytics right here. Click on those analytics, and let's make sure this picks it up. Okay. Under those analytics, you're going to see the video. And then guess what? You can go by every second in the video and see what your engagement rate is. So what do I got here? At 2 seconds, this one's not bad. This one's at, we'll get this one. I had 58% engagement rate after 2 seconds. Okay. And then when I get to 6 seconds, I'm down to a 38% engagement rate. Okay. So you can watch that and you can exactly see when like people are dropping off. All right. So you can see in this one, this is a newer video. So the analytics behind this one are honestly, they're not bad, but so that one's like a brand new video. It was just posted today. Maybe that was not the best example. Now I do want to show you a video. So this one has 71,000 views. Okay. So we're going to dive into this one and take a look at its performance. So again, I'm going to come over here to those three dots. Okay. And then I'm going to come over here to my analytics. All right. So in the analytics feature, and again, I know this is, it's backwards for you guys. You can't really see this correctly. But we'll try to edit that in the post-production. Hopefully we'll get that figured out. All right. So here at 2 seconds, I have a 61% engagement rate. So that means 61% of viewers, as they're flipping through their phone, are still watching this video after 2 seconds. And then at 6 seconds, I've got a 40% engagement rate. Okay. So that one's a 71,000 view video. Let me pull up another one. Let's show you this one. This one has 16,000. Okay. So 16,000 views. Let's take a look at this one. What's the difference with this one? Take a look at our analytics. So notice there's like a steep drop off here. Okay. Looks like there's like a good hook at the beginning, but then there's a steep drop off. So in this one, I only get a 31% engagement rate. Okay. After 2 seconds. And then as I get further in here, okay, I mean, by the time we get to 6 seconds, I'm at a 13% engagement rate. So no surprise why this video didn't do as well. Now, here's the trick. Why did this video do okay? Well, number one, sometimes like the rewatches can be very powerful. Like if you've got a lot of content in here and people come back and rewatch it, that can help trigger rewatches for you. But this is not a great video, to be honest with you, because sadly, there was not a good enough hook at the beginning. So while the meat and potatoes of this video are probably good, what needs to happen is like these first 2 seconds, like we've got to change because like it's not good enough. Okay, so now you know exactly where to go find the engagement analytics. I want to reiterate this fact. The goal is not perfection. The goal is to know what to improve next. That is all. I'm just trying to help you so that you understand where to like spend your time and energy instead of having to feel like you've got to create net new concepts and just play the lottery game of TikTok shop. To be honest with you, you could take a very, very analytical approach and become very successful at TikTok shop because like if you just study like, oh wow, anytime I say X, Y, or Z, my engagement rate is higher. Anytime I'm showing maybe my toddler, my engagement rate is higher. So then guess what? Just keep building and stacking on that. And then guess what? What if you use your top hook that you've seen with the best engagement rate, and then you combined it with the best scene that you've seen that has the highest engagement rate? Maybe that's when magic happens, right? But more often you guys are just creating net new concepts. And so it's really hard. You're like, I'm glad that video went viral, but like, why did that one go viral? Okay. So we talked about how to check your retention rate numbers. Now, here's what to do. What you should do, and I've got a form, but I want you to like bucket each of your videos. Like I promise you, if you just do this for 1 month, I know it's going to take a little bit of time. I know you're busy. I know you're overwhelmed, but like I promise you, like all things, when you take a moment to slow down, it will allow you to speed up in a massive way. Okay, so this would be my recommendation. After every 20, like every day, you go look at the videos that you posted yesterday. And then you just jot them down, whether it be on a piece of paper or on a spreadsheet or something. And then just jot them down like this, okay? Bucket them like, hey, video XYZ. You'll just have to like label your videos however you want to name them, okay? Did I have a 60% or better engagement rate? I'm going to count that as green at 2 seconds, okay? If it was 40 to 59% at 2 seconds, I'm going to go yellow. And then red would be under 40% at 2 seconds. That is basically telling me like, hey, yeah, whatever you did those first 2 seconds, don't do that again. Yellow is like, all right, something may be working, but like just change it up a little bit. Green is like, all right, we got to keep reiterating off of this. There is something here. I got to keep doing it. And magic will happen if I can push that above 70, 80% engagement rate. There we go. Now I'm good. I have a higher likelihood of going viral. All right, so here's what it looks like. Your next 3 steps. Once you bucket the video, here's exactly what I would do next. No guessing, no overthinking. If you have a video that hit the green, keep the exact same hook, but create 2 more versions and change only 1 variable. Okay, and we'll talk about some examples in the next slide. Next, you have a yellow video. All right, it's decent, but now keep the same hook or the concept or idea, but then make 4 different versions of it, okay, where you're, again, changing only 1 variable at a time. And then if you have a red video, like stop using that hook, that opening, that scene, choose a new hook, new angle. Just you probably at this point need to test a completely net new concept. That's where you want to go. All right, so let's talk about the things that you could change. The hook is not just the words, okay? If you come back to these videos that I was showing you here on the phone, okay, look how many of them have like on-screen text. They have different scenes, and then obviously there's going to be a voiceover with the hook in it, okay? So simply copying a viral hook does not guarantee that you'll have the same result, because 2 creators can say the exact same thing in the exact same sentence and get totally different outcomes, because What did they see first? Was there something in the background of the video that went viral? What was the first frame? What was the setting? What was in the background? Was the product reveal at the very beginning, or did it slowly come up, or was it after 10 seconds the product was introduced? All right. Was there a child involved? Was there a child reaction or something like that? Okay. So that's first. Think about, what did they see first? All of these things, the first frame, the setting, the background, product reveal timing, child reaction, all of these are only one variable that you could change. Don't do all of them. Change one thing. Like I said, move from your couch to your kitchen, right? Maybe that's it. Everything else stays the same. Okay, what they read, change the text on screen. Maybe you have a green video, and maybe your belief is like, I think I said the right words, and I think that's why people are engaging with this. So then change one thing, just change the text on the screen to say PSA to all moms, or something like that, right? Text on the screen, change it, see what happens. Use the exact same hook, same scene, same everything else, but now the text on screen changes. Maybe it helps improve that engagement rate, or maybe it takes away from the engagement rate, at which point you're like, oh, didn't do as well. I got to go change something again. Clarity, placement, the timing of the words. When do the words pop up on the screen? When do they come off? There's a lot that goes into it, as you can see. What do they hear? What's your intonation like? What's your energy? What's your pacing? What's the delivery of the spoken words? Are you fast? Are you slow? Are you excited? Are you enthusiastic? Are you quiet? Just so many different variables that you could change. So ultimately, you want to study those videos, the hooks that are working, but remember, the first 2 seconds are your hook. Okay, your first 2 seconds are everything, and this is everything. It's the words you speak, it's the hook you say, it's the hook that you have on the screen, it's the background, it's the setting. There's so many different variables. That's why I would say you don't have to come up with a whole lot of net new concepts. Just understand, go with the concept, see if it's okay, and then just start changing one piece at a time till you see like, oh, this video is actually getting better and better as I just continue to layer on these different things. Okay, here's the other thing that you can consider. Make sure you use our creative briefs, not for the exact word for word hooks, but just to get a sense of inspiration of like, all right, here's all the videos that have gone viral for our products. But what's the hook? Study the scene, study the setting, study the reaction, study the voice, the tone of the voice, the speed, the pace, the enthusiasm that's there. Okay, study the text on screen, if any at all, because what you could find is like, hey, here's a good video, but maybe there was no text on the screen. I think I could recreate that same video, but add a text on the screen that would make it that much better. Okay. So again, you're studying what makes you you and what makes you unique. That's the ultimate thing that I wanted to share with you. Each of you have different personalities. Some of you are much more energetic and vibrant and bubbly, and others are much more like straight to the point, matter of fact, which is good. Because guess what? Each of you have done very, very well on different videos. And it's people that resonate with who you are as a person. You don't need to resonate with everybody in the world. You just need to resonate with your audience. And so the goal is not for every creator to sound the same. Some of you are high energy. Some of you are calm, funny, or teacher focused. Some do better talking off of camera. Others do better showing their child using the product. So again, I know there's some creators where it's their best videos are when their children are interacting with the products. Great. So if that's you, and you know that that's like what has been successful for you in the past, and by looking at your engagement rates, if I'm you and I know that I get better engagement when my child is interacting or talking about the product or using it, then guess what? I'm exclusively going to create videos that only have the child interacting with the product. Because guess what? I know that if I just keep going down that route, one of those videos is going to take off. But if I keep dancing around from my child interacting with it to me being in front of the camera to me just like featuring the product but doing a voiceover only, Those are a lot of net new concepts, and that's why it can get really, really challenging for you. So that's what I would say is maybe all of your like find the trends behind all of your viral videos. Was it you sitting at your desk as a teacher? If that's the case, then like if I'm you, those are the only videos that I'm doubling down on, and I'm going to be there every single time. Okay. And again, we talked about if it's the kid, if it's just you talking, to the camera, and that's your mo, then that's great as well. Okay. Use the creative brief, study what's working, but then pay attention to what resonates with your personality, your kids, your home, your audience. And how do you know that? Look at your engagement rates. Make one tweak at a time and then prove it. Here's the 5-version test I would encourage each of you to do. Pick one product, make 5 different versions of it. Okay. Keep the product in kind of the angle that you're going after. It might be, hey, attention all toddler moms. Okay, great. That's the angle you're going after. Now, here's what you do. Make 5 different versions of it. Create a different first sentence, the hook that you say. Create a different text on screen, create a different first visual, right? Where it's the product's in my hands, the product's not in my hands. Create different energy, create different audience call outs. Those are your hooks. Then guess what? Take the same meat and potatoes that sits behind it, after the first 6 seconds, and then guess what? Just change those first few, those 5 different hooks, add them in front, and then look at the metrics after all 5 of those videos are posted for 24 hours each. Come back and look and then see which one had the best engagement rate. Then once you find the one that has the best engagement rate, guess what you're going to do? Go do more with that one. Say, okay, the first sentence, the hook I said worked really well. That had my highest engagement rate. But now what if I incorporate text on screen with that one? What happens? Okay, great. Now, what happens if I'm a little more enthusiastic with that? What happens to my engagement rate? So that's the way you just like make small incremental improvements constantly over and over again, and you can find a lot better success with that. So that's my overall takeaway for you guys. However, if you want to take things to the next level, I've created a custom GPT, which will allow you to upload the metrics of your videos, and then it will tell you, hey, it will give you some ideas. Maybe test doing this, and it will just help you like dissect all of the videos that you have here in a quick way. So what you would do here is like, as you can see, it's just 3 different columns in a spreadsheet. You could also write this down by hand, take a picture and upload it to chat as well. So there's lots of options. You don't need to feel like you're overwhelmed or have to use a computer or anything like that. Like you could even make notes in your smartphone on the Apple Notes app or something like that. So many options. But all you need is like, hey, in one column, I have my videos and I'm just going to label them. So know what video ABC, XYZ, DEF, know what videos they represent. So just video could be called video number 1, number 2, number 3. It doesn't matter, but just make sure you know what is video number 1, what is video number 2, so that when it comes back and it says create more like video number 1, you're like, oh, well, what is video number 1? All right. So hope you get that point. Now what you're going to do is jot down, what's my 2-second engagement rate? 54, 45, 30, 20, 59. Okay, great. Then jot down your 6-second engagement rate for each of those videos. Okay. That's why I say every 24 hours, if you just do this before you're going to bed every night, just so it becomes a routine, I promise it will take you no more than like 1 minute. Like literally this small habit will make a massive change in your like future as a content creator. This is how the big creators are doing it because they're more systematic with their approach. Okay, now guess what? Once you have something like this, you can just take a screenshot or copy and paste the information from your notes app, from a spreadsheet, take a picture of a pad of paper that you actually hand wrote these things down on. All good. Upload it to ChatGPT, and I will give you a very specific ChatGPT conversation you can use that's pre-programmed into this content and what I shared with you today. And then guess what? This is the output that you would expect. Okay, so it's automatically going to bucket things for you. So green, hey, 0 videos fell in the green bucket. I have 3 in the yellow bucket. I have 2 in the red bucket. And then guess what? It's telling you, hey, here's the best videos to repeat. Here's, the ones that I would avoid. Okay. So again, it's just making it easier for you to just like, you could, after a week or even after a month, if you upload all, your notes and all these analytics into chat, it will tell you exactly what to double down on moving forward and just give you more ideas. So if you want that, that's what I want to share with you. We created this just for you guys. Like literally, we wanted to help you out. So here is like a template of the spreadsheet that I shared with you. Okay. And so you could either use this website link or just scan this QR code. It will all take you to the same place. Okay. And then here is that the chat GPT conversation thread that we created. This is a custom GPT. So it's pre-programmed to give you exactly what I just showed you. All right. So let me do a quick demonstration for you. All right. So here's my short demonstration here for you. Okay. So you can see here, let's say over the course of 5 days, I have jotted down my metrics for each of the videos over 5 days. I've got 5 videos. I'm just going to copy this. Okay. And then I'm going to come to this chat GPT. This is exactly when you scan that QR code, this is exactly what it's going to show you. And then all you have to do is just like copy paste. Okay. And then you can dump this in here. I'm going to push enter. And then guess what? It's going to think, it's going to look at all of this, and it's going to spit out recommendations for me. Okay. You uploaded 5 videos, 0 were green, 3 were yellow, 2 were red. Biggest follow through issues, what this means. Your next 3 videos should be like, here you go. It's just giving you more ideas. So again, this is just a helpful tool. You don't have to use this. Like just you looking at your analytics on your phone on a daily basis can be sufficient enough, as long as you know like, oh, this is the video I need to keep reiterating because it's like, I'm borderline. I'm at 60% engagement. I'm at 61%. Like I need 9% more engagement rate to get to 70, which can unlock like a massive flywheel for you. And again, maybe if you're seeing like really strong 2-second engagement rates, but your videos aren't going viral, maybe it's the 6-second engagement rate where like people like what you're doing at 2 seconds, but like you lose them at second 3, 4, or 5, right? Because like part of the algorithm with TikTok, like they share 2-second and 6-second engagement rates with us on the ad side, which means TikTok is looking at the 2-second and 6-second engagement rate to know if it should push out your content even further. So I hope you guys found this helpful. My hope is that this is just meant not to overwhelm you, but to give you guidance and at least something to look at. Because if you just look at your analytics and only your engagement rate, you don't have to look at anything else. Look at your engagement rate and keep doing what is like trending well for you. And then just keep iterating, but only change one thing at a time. And I promise you, if you do that, you will have a better hit rate with your videos rather than just creating net new concepts over and over again. Please know how much we appreciate each of you. We love your creativity. We love watching those videos. We wish you the best of luck. We're always praying for you guys and can't wait to see your next viral hit.